Okay, our next speaker this evening is Barb Chapman, and she will be telling us about how all women are beautiful. Now, Barb's business is a little bit different than most of our businesses because it's about custom-fitted bras. Now, why would women need that? Well, she's going to tell us all about that because it's very important. But Barb started this business at the young age of 52. And she has been going strong ever since.
First of all, I want to thank you, Monica, for inviting me. I really appreciate the opportunity to give you this information. And I see some gentlemen in the room. It's going to be a little bit of fun. This is a fun topic. It's a fun business. And when I was first asked, why don't you go into the custom-fitted bra business in Canada, you know what my response was? I said, are you nuts? That would be the last thing I'd ever do. And it will be the last thing I ever do. So you have to be careful what you're saying to people. But so I was with Tupperware for 10 years, became a top manager in Canada, and then I was diagnosed with cancer. And so I had a disability insurance policy that paid for 2 years because it paid 80% if you took it for 2 years. Well, I thought if I was sick more than 2 years, I'd be dead. But no, I didn't die. I'm still here. And I was sick for 6 years. So during that time, my disability ran out. They auctioned off my condo when I was in the Mayo Clinic. And I had to use all my investments. So when I got to be around 50, I thought, what am I going to do now? And I wasn't feeling all that good, so I went back into home party plan business because I could rest during the day and go at night. Anyway, it was good therapy to get out with people. And so you want to think on the bright side, because it's true. If you think negative thoughts, negative things are going to come to you. They're just drawn to you. And I have an aunt that's a perfect example of that. You can't get through to her. She's 90 years old and I've given up. But it's so true. And so anyway, then I got into the lingerie business first. And I love that. Designer lingerie, loungewear, cruisewear, and I was having fun doing fashion shows and fundraisers and private consultations. And that's when I was approached about this custom-fitted bra business. I had been asked to speak at a convention in Dallas. And I wasn't really used to speaking at that point. Still a little nervous. But there were about 700 people at this function. And they wanted me to tell them about my recovery from cancer and how I rebuilt my business. So I did it. And then right after me, this little white-haired lady, like me now, she spoke about her custom-fitted bra business that she'd been doing for 25 years in the States. And she said, same thing. Barbara, she says, why don't you take that custom-fitted bra business and do it in Canada? I said, Chicky, I don't want to do it. It's the last thing I want to do. So she delivered a book to my room. And it was called Dress to Kill. And she said, there's 2 chapters in there I want you to read. One is on breast cancer, one's on prostate cancer. There's quite a link there. And after I read it, I thought, who knows this? We don't learn very much about our breasts. We wear a bra probably because our mothers put us in one, and maybe their mothers put them in one. It's like that ham story, you know, how you slice the ham. But we really don't know anything about our breasts. So after reading that, it talked about the blood circulation and the lymph drainage and what the breasts are made up of, etc., etc. And so I phoned Chicky and I said, I find this very interesting. And she said, why don't you come down to one of our trainings? Be a guest and you can sit in on the training. So I did. And I was just in awe what I learned there. And I was fascinated with it. And I thought, you know, I've already had cancer, not breast cancer, but I don't want any more cancer. And I was wearing a bra that probably wasn't good for me. So I said, I'll try your bras. So I did. And I put the bra on. I had to take it off. My left breast got so itchy. And I put on my old bra. Next day, put on this custom bra. Same thing. My left breast. I couldn't even go outside because I was just giving her a scratch. And so after about 4 or 5 days of this, I phoned her, and I thought, oh, this is my out. I can't sell these bras because I'm allergic to them. So she let me babble on and on. You know, let's face it, she was almost 70 years old. She knew I was a young one. Let her talk. She says, is your right breast itchy too? No. Well, then you know what? She says, you're not allergic to these bras. She says, that's the blood starting to circulate. So if you think about when you exercise, you're running or whatever, sometimes you get itchy. That's your blood starting to circulate. I probably would never have gone into the bra business if that hadn't happened to me. So somebody up there was giving me a message. And I said, that's amazing. Yeah, she says, they aren't just bras. They're not just covers. They do something. I'm on a mission to get everybody out of underwire bras. Okay? That book that I read called Dress to Kill, and you can find it on Amazon books online, or maybe in your bookstore. Underwire bras have a direct link to breast cancer. She says, I hear you're in Thunder Bay and I need to see you. So I emailed her back, if you need to see me, you got to come to the airport for 1 o'clock. Okay, so she met me at the airport for 1 o'clock. She needed me to check her the bra that I had sent her. And so I said, well, we'll just go to the washroom. Okay, so we went to the washroom. There were 3 ladies in there cleaning, and the sign was out. And I thought, oh, darn. Well, they didn't speak very good English. And I just was trying to explain what we wanted to do. We just want to go into that big cubicle there, because we'll only need it for a few minutes. Blah, 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 blah. So they didn't say yes or no. We just went. And we're in there. And this woman happens to wear, she had a 38E. And she didn't think it was fitting right. So I said, well, where do you think it's not fitting right? Well, she said, I think we need, this is hanging over here. And I said, well, let's undo the flaps then, and we'll just pull this in a little bit here, and pull this in here. And I said, and then I'll adjust the straps. And I said, so do you think they're tight enough now? And yeah, they're tight. And this conversation just went on and on. Of course, then 38 came up. And I said, what have you got there? She says, a 38. Yeah, and the straps were tight enough now, and we could tuck a little bit more in here and there, and oops, along comes the OPP and the security. And I had my own bra here on, thank goodness. And they said, we need to take you 2 ladies downstairs to talk about it. And I said, pardon? Yeah, you have to come with us. We have to talk to you for a few minutes. She said, well, what for? Like, what did we do? Well, you were in the ladies' washroom? Yes. Well, the ladies in there overheard your conversation, and they reported you. Well, what for? So Sue, my client, said, oh, I don't believe this. She says, look at the guy, she says, she was just in there adjusting my bra. And they just turned me red. I said, you don't mean to think you think we're into the drug business. And they just all had a good laugh about it.
Barbara Chapman, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause, Barbara. Thank you.